Morning, guys. Okay, yesterday we found seats for the Charger. Front seats, back seats. Cass is almost done prepping her Corvette. And
thanks to Mike's highly refined organizational skills,
yes,
I got no freaking metal to work on.
So
no.
It's not even 8 o'clock and the whining begins. Morning, Phil.
Hey, right on. Glassmaster.
Yes, Glassmaster. We have Phil from Rainbow Glass, ex-Rainbow Glass. Now he's retired. That's why he's here at 8 o'clock in the morning, because he's retired. Gonna put some glass in the 68 Charger for us. Front and back windows. Yeah. Blair's starting to prep the Chevelle. Ready for, look at this. This thing's coming. Our suspension is sitting at Oroville. Special shout out to QA1.
Yes.
We're getting some of their level 2 and 3 suspension upgrades for this. Then we can, hopefully this time we'll have the suspension in before we paint the car.
That would be awesome. Yes.
You know, I don't think you guys have ever seen a Chevelle like this. We call this the dual frame model, right? Double the suspension.
They're good for jumping.
Yeah, nice ride height on this puppy. Anyway, it's our mobile cart. Anyway, we've got Speed Hut is working on a set of custom gauges for this Monte Carlo dash. I just sent him another dash because we kind of like the layout of this one. It's the same as the SS. Anyway, Blair's just going to do some little bit of blocking.
A little bit. A little bit. You need to try blocking.
On the right side,
I might.
Should be pretty good on this.
I have blocked before. I've blocked.
It's a little bit.
Well, I just might come and give you a hand just because I know you're lonely in here.
You don't have to, Mike.
You don't have to.
Anyway, that's what we got going today. Cass on the Vet, Blair on the Chevelle, Phil on the Charger, and I'm just floating around getting in everybody's way and aggravating them all. It's my job. Okay? That stuff didn't kick.
Did it?
Well, some do.
Check the stuff over there.
Did that stuff hit?
No, that stuff didn't kick either, so I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, when I talked to Curtis last night,
Yep.
he said that sometimes you get a bad tube, and it's happened to him with this exact same, like, repair stuff, and you get a tube that's, like, either been cracked or something, so maybe it had a leak, and one side gets, he says the black gets too hard, and this stuff was really hard.
Yep.
And so it might just be a bad tube, but, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe why don't you phone them and ask? Because it's
I'm gonna
it's
have to call the
tech line and just show them what's going on.
Well,
Yeah.
and also Lorco will refund me for that if it's a bad tube, but apparently it does happen.
Okay.
Because if they get messed up in transport, the one side, if it cracks in the hardener or the other side, then it either loses its hardening ability or the one side's too thick and it's just like off ratio. So.
Okay. Anyway, yes, because we need it working. Okay. Sounds good. So that's the plan. We're going to set up some GoPros and watch the master at work. First, he has to get motivated. You go, Phil. Go, Phil. Go.
I'm not a morning person. He's good at retirement.
Yeah. Just walks in, sits down. I'm like,
This
I'm
is what
here.
retirement looks like. I love it.
Yeah. Anyway, this thing's coming along. We've got some seat foams ordered. But for the time being, once we get the glass in, we're just going to bolt in the seats just so it looks a little more like a car. Take some pictures for the auction. Blair finished our dash repairs yesterday. We were going to change the dash because it's AC. There's a lot of rust, but there's a whole lot going on in an AC dash, so we just decided to fix this one. Anyway, like I said, this one will be at the auction. She's basically rust-free roller. We do have all the parts from Classic Industries for it. We've got this. We've got seat covers, carpet, headliner, door panels. So they're all either going to be in the car or go with it. So it's going to be a nice project for someone to finish. Okay, guys. So Blair is starting. Maybe I'll start on the other side. Give you a hand. I know you love this.
No, you got to start. Get something else in here. Come on.
Okay. Anyway, Blair is back where he loves to be, block sanding this beautiful 70 Chevelle convertible. So we're going to just put a time lapse. So basically, what are we doing here, Blair? You're starting with?
The bodywork was beautiful. We hit it with polyester. And now we block it with 220. And then we have to work our way up to 400 grit. So I'm first going to do the whole quarter with 220. I'm gonna work my way up and just finish the panel, start to finish. We have to break this whole thing down now so we can paint inners. So I'm hoping, I'd rather not sand the outer door because I gotta lay it on a stand to work on the inner and paint it. But quarters in the top of the tub, things like that, I can block right now.
Quarters.
I'm just sort of killing time until you get some metal work in here for me to
Yes.
work on.
Yes. But you are the master of block sanding.
And smoke somewhere, aren't you?
Anyway, we can watch the master at work here. Right, I know nobody likes block sanding, but without the block sanding, you never get a good paint job. It's impossible. Because your painter is only as good as the prep work done. So now that we know as Blair is doing the prep work, the job is gonna be friggin' fantastic.
The prepper is the goaltender.
Yes.
Because if I mess up here, there's no one to save the job.
That's
the painter
right.
pulls the trigger.
Yeah.
And that can be sanded and polished.
Yes.
But it's going over top of this. This is the
Once
final
it's covered,
touch.
yeah, once it's covered,
done.
that's it, it's done.
So right now we're playing goaltender.
Yes.
To back up the rest of the team.
And Blair does have a background in hockey.
There's all kinds of different shaped blocks. I'm doing an inside curve. Normally you'd have a round block for that, but this works just fine. Run it on the edge, but don't go in a straight line and dig a groove. So I basically can use this for most of my blocking. When I get to 400, I'll be a little more diligent in having the right shaped block for the panel I'm doing. Right now we're trying to break it open. You see what we have. This is a long process. So I'm going this way.
One eternity later.
So when he calls back, it's going to try this. So, this way, that way, a little bit in a straight line. You have to be very careful because there's a round panel, compound curve both ways. To go in a straight line across, it's a bit scary. Especially when we're going with the dark blue metallic. And dark colors would show any areas you may have in your bodywork. The ripple effect. And we don't want to make it, as they say, a friendly panel where it's waving.
Meanwhile.
Hey guys, we just got the pump running. I'm just gonna see if we can't drain a bunch of water out of here. Oh, I can see it slowly starting to move over there. You can see it starting to flow over there, the muddy current. So anyway.
Yeah. So I can feel a bit of a high spot in here. I'm probably going to end up blocking right through that primer. It feels like a big one. We'll see. And also, when you come down to this edge, it really jumps out at you like a sight coat. So, when you're blocking across panels, you'll be able to make sure that your lines are correct. You can see where this line is. right? And we do that, we clamp the door here, and we go right across the panel when we're finishing. And this way, it's just one continuous, beautiful, smooth line in a perfect world. So I'm going to carry on and just refine this more. It's just more and more blocking. Nothing technical about it. Really highlights your line. So back to this. It's coming actually. It did come out. Okay, I'm gonna get a round block here because it's coming up pretty nice already. So I want to get a round block to refine in here. Yes. No, it's not round. Couldn't find that. But I'm definitely focusing my pressure on just this edge, you can tell, right? And I'm using my hand from here to here, trying to keep this flat because they are flexible, right? So I'm trying to keep at least that much flat. I want to get it mostly straight with the 220, and then as I refine, it's already straight. I'm just refining scratches at that point. Not trying to block stuff straight with 400 grit, which takes a lot of freaking elbow grease.
Hey guys, we got our buddy Phil here from Rainbow Glass. Well, now he's retired, but we drug him out of retirement, and he's going to do an install here on our 68 Charger rear window in chrome. There we go. Ah, so the chrome is here. It's aftermarket, Phil. Okay. So it's what we got. And it is stainless. Yeah. So it's in the trunk. Say that again once more, Blair.
Wow, does that make it look better?
It does, doesn't
That
it?
is freaking nice.
Yeah, we found some chrome.
I don't know if
Thanks.
it's the windshield or that amazing dash.
It
I'm
could
just
be
not
both.
sure.
It could be both. Look at Phil. He's grinning like an
Nicely done,
Irish
Phil. What do you
Cheshire.
think?
Yeah. Anyway, we found some chrome thanks to our buddy Patrick. He brought me a bunch, and this is the stuff we needed. So there we go, front windshield. Amazing. There you go. It's coming, one step at a time.